Picture this. It is 3 a.m. You are deep in the best dream of your life. Suddenly, you feel it. A heavy, warm weight settles directly onto your legs, pinning you to the mattress. You try to shift, but a tiny, sharp claw gently pierces through the blanket as a warning. You open your eyes, and there they are, staring at you in the dark, purring like a rusty chainsaw, eventually curling up right on your face. Sound familiar? Welcome to the club, fellow human servants. But let me ask you this. Do you think your cat sleeps in your bed just to annoy you? Are they doing it out of spite? Or did your furry little roommate simply break down and forget they have 3 expensive, unused cat beds in the living room? Today, we are cracking the code. We are going to reveal the absolute hilarious truth behind why your cat insists on sharing your bed and what they are desperately trying to tell you. Spoiler alert, it is not what you think. Drop down to the comments right now and tell me, what is the name of the furry hooligan who steals your pillows every night? Let's get into it. Before we decode the nighttime mysteries of our tiny house panthers, we have to travel back in time and look at their wild ancestry. Despite the fact that your cat might currently be wearing a sparkly collar and eating gourmet salmon pâté out of a crystal bowl, deep down, they still possess the hardware of an apex predator. In the wild, cats are solitary hunters. They are constantly on high alert for larger predators, which means their sleeping habits are deeply wired into their survival instincts. Furthermore, cats are absolute sleep champions. An average feline spends an astonishing 12 to 16 hours a day snoozing. But here is the catch. They rarely fall into a deep, completely relaxed sleep. They are usually just catnapping, keeping one ear swiveled toward potential danger. So when it finally comes time for them to truly power down and get some deep REM sleep at night, their choice of location is not random. It is a highly calculated, strategic decision based on millions of years of evolution. And the fact that they choose a location right next to your snoring face, well, that speaks volumes. Let's kick things off with the most obvious, yet most hilarious reason your cat uses you as a mattress. You are nothing more than a giant, hairless, fleshy heating pad. Seriously, think about it. A cat's normal body temperature is actually a few degrees higher than ours, usually sitting right around 101 to 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Because their baseline is so high, they have to work significantly harder to maintain that core heat, especially when the temperature in your house drops at night. When the sun goes down and that winter chill creeps into your bedroom, your fluffy little dictator starts scanning the room for the most efficient heat source. And guess what? That's you. You are radiating glorious, free thermal energy under those blankets. Have you ever noticed how they will strategically position themselves in the exact spot where your body heat is most concentrated? Usually, it's right against your back or curled up behind your knees. They aren't cuddling just for the emotional connection, folks. They are practically siphoning your body heat like a cute little energy vampire. It's a pure survival instinct wrapped in a purring, fuzzy package. So the next time your cat snuggles up close on a freezing January night, don't flatter yourself too much. You're just a very convenient, breathing radiator that occasionally opens cans of tuna. But hey, we accept our role as thermal servants, don't we? It's a small price to pay for that sweet, rumbling purr vibrating against our ribs. Moving on to reason number 2. And this one might make you feel a little warm and fuzzy inside, literally and figuratively. Your cat is obsessed with your personal scent. Now, I know you probably take showers and use fancy soaps, but to your cat, your natural, unfiltered scent is the most comforting aroma in the entire universe. Felines rely incredibly heavily on their sense of smell to navigate the world and determine what is safe and what is dangerous. Your bed is essentially ground zero for your unique scent profile. Your pillows, your blankets, your mattress, they are completely saturated with the smell of their favorite human. When your cat sleeps in your bed, they are wrapping themselves in a comforting, invisible blanket of you. It acts as a massive stress reliever for them. It tells their primal brain, hey, the giant can opener is nearby, we are totally safe here. Furthermore, by sleeping on your stuff, they are mingling their scent with yours. Have you ever seen them rubbing their cheeks all over your pillow? That is them depositing pheromones, basically signing a peace treaty and declaring to the world that you two belong to the same pack. They are branding you. So when they snooze on your bed, they are bathing in the psychological safety of your smell, feeling protected by the aroma of their loving, albeit slightly weird, two-legged parent. Let's be completely honest with ourselves for a second. You probably think you own your home, right? You pay the rent or the mortgage, you bought the furniture, you work 40 hours a week to keep the lights on. Well, I hate to break it to you, but your cat completely disagrees. In the feline mindset, you are merely a guest in their massive, multi-room territory. And the absolute crown jewel of that territory? Your bed. Cats are highly territorial creatures, and they like to establish dominance over the best spots in the house. Your bed is elevated. It provides a great vantage point of the room, and it is supremely comfortable. By claiming the exact center of the mattress every night, your cat is asserting their territorial rights. They are proudly telling the universe, "This is my premium real estate, and I am graciously allowing the giant, clumsy human to sleep on the very edge of it." Have you ever tried to move a sleeping cat so you could actually stretch your legs? They give you that heavy sigh, the annoyed tail flick, and a glare that clearly says, "Excuse me, who gave you permission to shift my mattress?" They are claiming ownership of the space. You don't own a bed anymore. You simply sponsor a luxury sleeping platform for a tiny, arrogant beast who thinks they are royalty. Here is a secret that touches right on feline psychology. Sleeping is the absolute most vulnerable activity any animal can engage in. Out in the wild, closing your eyes and losing consciousness is an open invitation for a larger predator to turn you into a midnight snack. Your domesticated house cat still has this primal fear hardwired deep into their tiny brain. So, when it comes time for them to completely drop their guard and fall into deep REM sleep, they desperately need a bodyguard. And congratulations, my friend, that bodyguard is you. By choosing to sleep pressed up against you, your cat is demonstrating the ultimate level of trust. They are essentially saying, "I know you are big, loud, and occasionally step on my tail by accident, but I trust you with my life." They believe that if danger, like the evil vacuum cleaner or a rogue laser pointer, attacks in the middle of the night, you will wake up and protect them. It is a huge compliment. They view you as a reliable, strong protector. Of course, the irony is that if an actual burglar broke into the house, your cat would probably hide under the sofa and leave you to fend for yourself. But in their cute, fuzzy minds, this bedtime arrangement is a mutual defense pact. You watch their back, and they will sleep soundly through the night. Let's talk about specific sleeping positions, starting with the absolute strangest one, the head sleeper. Does your cat insist on sleeping directly above your head, on your pillow, or sometimes literally draped over your face like a furry breathing mask? You are not alone. This bizarre behavior has a few fascinating explanations. First of all, the top of your head is one of the warmest parts of your body, constantly releasing heat throughout the night. It is basically a thermal jackpot for a cold kitty. Secondly, your head is the part of your body that moves the least while you sleep. If your cat sleeps by your feet, they run the risk of getting kicked into orbit when you have a bad dream. The pillow is a stable, safe zone. But there is another, slightly weirder psychological reason. Some animal behaviorists believe that cats sleep near your head because they are comforted by the rhythmic sound of your breathing and the scent of your breath. Disgusting? Maybe a little, but to them, the steady airflow and the smell of their human is the ultimate lullaby. Plus, it puts them in the prime position to aggressively groom your hair at 4 a.m, or simply stare directly into your closed eyelids until you wake up to feed them. It is strategic, warm, and wonderfully creepy. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we have the foot sleeper. If your cat exclusively sleeps at the very bottom of the bed, near your ankles, they are sending a completely different message. While the head sleepers are looking for maximum intimacy and heat, the foot sleepers are playing a tactical game of survival. The foot of the bed offers the absolute best vantage point in the entire room. From down there, your car has a clear, unobstructed view of the bedroom door, the window, and any potential threats that might enter their domain. They are positioning themselves as the ultimate sentry guard. Furthermore, the foot of the bed provides a rapid escape route. If something spooks them, they can launch themselves off the mattress and disappear into the hallway in a fraction of a second, without having to navigate over the treacherous terrain of your sleeping body. It also suggests that while your cat loves you and wants to be near your scent, they might be an independent personality who values their personal space. They want to be part of the pack, but they don't necessarily want your arm thrown over them while you snore. It's their way of saying, "I love you, human, but let's keep a respectful distance. I have perimeter checks to run." Now, let's discuss the sweetest, most emotionally overwhelming position, the chest sleeper. If your cat climbs onto your chest in the middle of the night, settles down and begins purring loud enough to vibrate your internal organs, you have achieved peak cat parent status. This behavior is deeply rooted in their kittenhood. When kittens are just tiny, blind little nuggets, they sleep piled on top of their mother and siblings. They are comforted by the steady, rhythmic thud of their mother's heartbeat and the gentle rise and fall of her breathing. When your adult cat replicates this behavior by sleeping on your chest, they are completely regressing to that safe, blissful kitten state. You have effectively become their surrogate mother. Your heartbeat is their metronome for relaxation. It is an extraordinary display of love and emotional bonding. Sure, it can be slightly suffocating when you have an 18-pound Maine Coon sitting on your lungs at 2 a.m, preventing you from drawing a full breath. And yes, waking up to a cat staring intensely at you from 2 inches away can feel like a scene from a horror movie. But beneath the heavy weight and the intense eye contact is a profound message of pure love. You are their safe place, their comfort zone, their absolute favourite thing in the world. We absolutely must talk about the most paralysing sleeping position known to mankind, the leg hammock. This is when your cat specifically waits for you to lay on your back or your side, and then they curl up in the small valley between your legs. Once they settle in there, a mystical spell is cast, and you are officially trapped under feline law. Why do they love the leg hammock so much? It's all about security and warmth. By nesting between your legs, your cat has effectively created a warm, fleshy fortress on both sides. They are protected from cold drafts, and the walls of your legs make them feel secure from all angles, mimicking the feeling of hiding in a cozy, perfectly sized cardboard box. But the cruel irony is what it does to you. Every cat owner knows the absolute terror of needing to use the bathroom at 3 a.m, but being physically unable to move because you don't want to disturb the sleeping angel between your knees. You will literally suffer through intense leg cramps and pins and needles just to avoid waking them up. It is the ultimate test of human endurance. Your cat knows exactly what they are doing. They have turned your lower half into custom furniture, and you are far too well trained to do anything about it. You just lay there, perfectly still, accepting your fate as a living hammock. Let's shift gears and expose the slightly more devious side of bedtime cat behavior. Let's talk about the morning alarm clock. Sometimes your cat doesn't sleep in your bed because they love you. They sleep in your bed because they want to control you. Specifically, they want to control your waking hours so you can dispense their breakfast. Have you ever noticed that your cat sleeps soundly at the foot of the bed all night, but right around 4:30 a.m., they slowly migrate upwards? Next thing you know, there is a gentle paw tapping your nose, then a slightly firmer paw with one claw extended. Then comes the purring right in your ear, followed by the classic mournful meow of a creature who claims to have never been fed in its entire life. By sleeping in your bed, they have direct, unrestricted access to the management, that's you, the exact second they decide it is time for service. They know that if they sleep in the living room, you might sleep through your alarm. But if they are physically sitting on your chest and tickling your face with their whiskers, you have no choice but to get up. It's highly efficient, purely selfish, and absolutely brilliant. They don't need a digital clock. They have your guilt, and they will use it to get that wet food exactly when they want it. Despite the jokes about them using us for heat and food, there is a beautiful, undeniable truth we need to address. Genuine affection and bonding. Yes, believe it or not, your cat actually loves you. Cats are often unfairly stereotyped as aloof, independent, and uncaring creatures who only tolerate humans for the free housing. But modern animal psychology has completely debunked this myth. Cats form incredibly strong attachment bonds with their primary caregivers, very similar to the bonds dogs form, and even similar to the bond between human infants and their parents. When your cat chooses to leave their quiet, dark, perfectly comfortable cat tree in the other room to come lay next to your tossing, turning, snoring body, it is an active choice of companionship. In feral cat colonies, closely bonded felines will sleep huddled together as a sign of pack unity and mutual affection. When your cat does this with you, they are confirming that you are an essential member of their inner circle. So, when they are drooling on your blanket and keeping you awake with their loud purrs, try to remember that this is their highest form of a hug. It is a pure, unadulterated declaration of feline love, and honestly, earning the genuine love of a cat is one of the greatest feelings in the world. Now, let's look at a more sensitive reason your cat might be clinging to you at night: stress and anxiety. Just like humans, cats can experience bad days, nervousness, and emotional distress. Maybe there is a massive thunderstorm rattling the windows outside. Maybe your neighbours are setting off loud fireworks. Or perhaps there has been a significant change in the household, like a new piece of furniture, a new pet, or a change in your work schedule. Cats are creatures of strict routine, and even the smallest disruption can send their tiny anxiety levels through the roof. When they feel scared or uncertain, they seek out the most stable, comforting force in their environment. That is you. Your presence, your smell, and your steady breathing act as an emotional anchor for them. If your cat doesn't usually sleep in your bed, but suddenly starts gluing themselves to your side at night, it's worth taking a look at their environment to see if something is stressing them out. They are literally coming to you for emotional support. You are their therapy human. It is a big responsibility, but also a beautiful sign of how much they rely on your strength to feel brave in a big, scary world. We can't talk about bedtime without mentioning the absolute terror of the midnight zoomies. If you are a cat owner, you know exactly what I am talking about. It's 2 a.m., the house is dead silent, and suddenly your cat gets possessed by the spirit of a caffeinated track star. They parkour off the walls, chase invisible ghosts down the hallway, and drift around corners like a sports car. But what does this have to do with sleeping in your bed? Well, your bed actually serves as base camp during these nighttime combat missions. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they are most naturally active at dawn and dusk. Their bodies are biologically programmed to hunt when the lights go down. During the zoomies, your cat is burning off excess predatory energy. But notice how they always launch from the bed and eventually sprint back to the bed? Your mattress is the safe zone. It's the command center. They will sprint into the darkness to slay a dust bunny, and then leap back onto your legs to proudly announce their victory, panting and vibrating with adrenaline. They sleep in your bed because it is the perfect strategic location to rest, recharge, and prepare for the next high-speed sprint across your face at 4 in the morning. Have you ever experienced the emotional roller coaster of your cat cuddling up to you when you first go to sleep, only to wake up a few hours later and find them sleeping on the cold, hardwood floor on the other side of the room? It can feel like a betrayal. You think, was it something I said? Did I move too much? Do they not love me anymore? Relax. Don't take it personally. This behavior all comes down to feline temperature regulation. As we mentioned earlier, cats seek you out because you are a fantastic heat source. However, felines are very bad at sweating. They only have sweat glands on their paw pads, which means they can overheat quite easily if they are trapped under a heavy duvet next to a human furnace. They will snuggle with you until their core temperature hits its maximum capacity. Once they feel too hot, they have to abandon ship to cool down. They will seek out a cool tile floor, a breezy windowsill, or just the very edge of the mattress away from your body heat. It is just simple biology at work. They aren't rejecting your love. They are just trying to prevent their little internal engine from overheating. Once they cool off, don't be surprised if they crawl right back under the blankets to start the cycle all over again. Let's dive into the fascinating world of feline dreams. Have you ever been awoken by your cat aggressively twitching, kicking their legs, or making strange little chattering noises while fast asleep next to you? It is completely adorable, but also slightly alarming. Just like humans, cats go through REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, which is the cycle where active dreaming occurs. When they are twitching and chirping, they are likely dreaming about doing cat things, hunting a juicy mouse, chasing a laser pointer, or maybe successfully catching that red dot once and for all. But why do they prefer to do this intense dreaming in your bed? Because entering REM sleep requires the deepest level of relaxation, which they can only achieve when they feel 100% secure. They know that while their mind is off in dreamland wrestling a giant tuna fish, you are physically there in the real world to protect their vulnerable sleeping body. Plus, I like to think that maybe, just maybe, we make cameo appearances in their dreams. Maybe in their little kitty minds, we are running right alongside them in the tall grass, hunting bugs together as a family. It's a nice thought to hold on to when their dreaming leg suddenly kicks you in the ribs. Let's explore the hilarious danger of the blanket burrower. Some cats aren't content just sleeping on the bed. They demand to sleep in the bed, completely submerged under your heavy duvet. They will literally nose their way under the covers until they are in total darkness, curled up by your shins. This behavior taps into a very ancient instinct. In the wild, small felines often seek out tiny enclosed dens, like hollow logs or small caves, to sleep in. These tight spaces provide ultimate camouflage and protection from larger predators, while also trapping body heat perfectly. Your thick winter blanket is the modern indoor equivalent of a luxury cave. It is dark, it smells like you, and it is ridiculously warm. However, this burrowing instinct creates a massive hazard for the human. Every cat owner with a burrower knows the intense paranoia of sitting on their own bed. You can never just flop backward onto your mattress without doing a thorough visual and physical pat-down of the blankets first. You have to gently poke any suspicious lumps to ensure you aren't about to crush your sleeping prince or princess. It adds an element of extreme danger to your bedtime routine, but that's just part of the joy of living with a furry subterranean explorer. Here is a truly mind-blowing, scientifically backed reason why it is actually incredible that your cat sleeps in your bed. They might be performing actual medical therapy on you. No, seriously. Listen to this. When a cat purrs, they produce a frequency that typically ranges between 25 and 140 Hz. Scientific studies have shown that sound frequencies in this exact range have incredible healing properties for both cats and humans. These vibrations have been proven to help lower blood pressure, reduce stress and anxiety, decrease the symptoms of dyspnea, difficulty breathing, and even promote bone density and the healing of microfractures in human bones. So, when your cat climbs onto your chest at night and starts purring like a heavy-duty engine, they are essentially bathing your body in a therapeutic healing frequency. It is like having a living, breathing ultrasound machine right in your bedroom. In the wild, cats purr to heal themselves from injuries. In your home, they are sharing that magical healing power with you. The next time you are annoyed that their loud purring is keeping you awake, just remind yourself that you are receiving a free, highly advanced biological medical treatment from Dr. Whiskers. As our beloved cats get older, their reasons for invading our beds start to change in a way that will definitely pull at your heartstrings. Senior cats, just like senior humans, often begin to develop arthritis, joint stiffness, and muscle loss. That high, carpeted cat tree they used to launch themselves onto with ease, it suddenly becomes a painful obstacle course. That sunny spot on the hard wooden floor, it just doesn't offer enough cushioning for their aching bones anymore. As they age, their priority shifts entirely towards supreme comfort and orthopedic support. And what is the softest, most supportive, most luxurious surface in your entire house? It is your expensive memory foam mattress. When a senior cat insists on sleeping in your bed, they are often seeking relief from the aches and pains of old age. The soft mattress supports their joints, and your body heat provides natural, soothing warmth for their arthritis. It is no longer just about territory or being an alarm clock. It is about seeking physical comfort in their golden years. So, when your elderly kitty struggles up the pet stairs to claim their spot next to you, give them a little extra room and a gentle scratch. They have earned the right to sleep on the premium clouds. If you are brave enough to live in a multi-cat household, the dynamics of sleeping in the human's bed become a hilarious game of feline politics and tactical warfare. When you have 2, 3, or more cats, the real estate on your mattress suddenly becomes the most contested territory on Earth. Who gets to sleep closest to the human's face? Who gets relegated to the foot of the bed? The hierarchy is on full display every single night. The alpha cat will usually claim the prime spot right next to your chest or head, boldly asserting their dominance over the other pets. The subordinate cats will find spaces further down, near your legs or feet, respecting the invisible boundaries drawn by the boss. Sometimes, you will witness silent, passive-aggressive turf wars. One cat will slowly, millimetre by millimetre, stretch their legs out to push another cat off the blanket. There are glares, quiet growls, and occasional flying fur, all while you are just trying to get some sleep. By allowing them all on the bed, you become the ultimate peacekeeper. They want to be near you, but they also want to prove to the other cats who your favourite truly is. It is an episode of Game of Thrones, but with toe beans and whiskers. Believe it or not, the specific breed of your cat can heavily influence their bedtime behaviour and why they need to sleep with you. Let's take the Sphinx, for example. These gorgeous, hairless little gremlins literally lack the fur coats needed to survive cold nights. For a Sphinx, sleeping completely burrowed under your blankets and pressed against your bare skin isn't just a quirky preference. It is an absolute biological necessity to prevent hypothermia. They will cling to you like a heat-seeking missile. On the flip side, consider massive, double-coated breeds like the Maine Coon or the Norwegian forest cat. These majestic beasts are practically wearing heavy winter parkas 24/7. They usually avoid sleeping under the covers because they will overheat in 5 minutes. Instead, they might choose to sleep at the foot of the bed, acting as a massive, heavy, furry anchor. Or they might just sleep on your head, so they can be close to you without being smothered by the duvet. High-energy breeds like Bengals or Siamese might sleep with you simply because they have severe FOMO, fear of missing out, and want to be involved in everything you do, including unconsciousness. Understanding your cat's specific breed traits can explain exactly why they choose their weird bedtime habits. Finally, let's talk about the reality of boundaries and why trying to get a cat out of your bed is usually a hilarious exercise in futility. We have all been there. We decide, tonight is the night I reclaim my mattress. We go to the pet store, spend $80 on a plush, self-warming, memory foam cat bed. We place it gently in the corner of the room. We even sprinkle organic catnip on it. Night comes, we put the cat in the new bed. They look at us like we just insulted their ancestors. 10 minutes later, as soon as we close our eyes, thump. They are back on our legs. You try locking them out of the bedroom, and suddenly you are subjected to the song of their people, a relentless, tragic howling accompanied by paws aggressively scratching at the bottom of the door, making you feel like an absolute monster. The truth is, once a cat has claimed you as their nighttime companion, there is very little you can do to change their mind. You can try decoy beds, heated mats, and closing doors, but their sheer stubbornness and desire to be near their territory, their heat source, and their beloved human will almost always win out. Eventually, we all just accept our fate. We learn to sleep in weird, twisted, uncomfortable positions, just so our tiny overlords can get their beauty rest. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. So there you have it, fellow feline servants. Now you know exactly what is going on inside that mysterious, fluffy head when they pin you to the mattress at 2 a.m. Whether they are siphoning your body heat, guarding you from nighttime ghosts, healing you with their magical purrs, or just making sure you are available to serve breakfast the second the sun comes up, one thing is absolutely certain. Sleeping in your bed is the ultimate sign of feline trust and love. Yes, they might wake us up, steal our pillows, and give us permanent leg cramps, but despite all the shenanigans, we absolutely adore them. There is simply no better feeling in the world than falling asleep to the rumble of a happy kitty. If you recognize any of these funny behaviors in your own cat, make sure you absolutely smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more hilarious secrets about our feline overlords, and hit the share button to send this to a friend who desperately needs to know why their cat sleeps on their face. Now, I want to hear from you. What is the weirdest place in your bedroom that your cat has ever fallen asleep? Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.